What is going on, everybody?
Hello!
It is Picture Parties here, and welcome back to Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney. When we left off, we are now in court. We're having to defend that poor Tobaye, or however you want to say his name.
Just call him Machi.
Machi. And I used to think he was the murderer, but I guess we're defending him now, so I guess he can't be the murderer. So I guess it's Jeff Foxworthy who's the murderer. So we're going to push to see why it's only the defendant that could have done that. How could you know something like that?
As I said, it was clear from the circumstances. Listen, we know there was only one exit from the room, that door. The small window only opened a tiny crack, and I was standing in front of that door. So, how could the killer have fled the scene? There's only one possibility, the air vent. Ah!
Oh, but that air vent was too small. Who could possibly...
Exactly.
Huh?
There's certainly no way you could get through, nor me. The only one who could fit through was a child.
A child?
Remember, access to those rooms was limited. Only those involved with the concert were allowed.
And of all the people involved with the concert, only one is small enough to be considered a child.
The defendant?
The pixie of arpeggio flitted up towards the sky and disappeared from the scene of the crime. But that's just conjecture. No, there was no other way out of that room. You were there. You should know, Air Forehead.
And there is another vital piece of evidence.
Oh, you got fingerprints on the gun? Evidence? What?
Marks were found on the air vent grill. Traces that it had recently been opened.
Wait, what?
And something else was found quite clearly. The defendant, Machi Tobe's fingerprints.
What? Oops.
That's not good. Order.
That air vent was the only way out of that room. The defendant's fingerprints were found on the grill. Well, Air Forehead, what fairy tale does this suggest to you? Only one could pass through that vent, that doorway to heaven.
So poetic.
And that one is our pixie.
Why are you looking at me, Apollo? Hey, I was out whooping it up in the audience.
So this is decisive evidence?
Quite decisive indeed.
I know the circumstances under which the body was found. I was there.
Whoa!
Well, no, this is the, and I'm sure they have a good reason. I must have had a good reason to arrest Machi. And I'm going to find out what it was. That it was that repeat that we'd done before.
Okay, I was like, that was a lot of text you just skipped.
So, unless
but he's blind.
unless there's something for us to present, then I'm gonna try and press these two things to see if it's one of those where you cycle through and they move on. The murder was the night of the concert. Yes.
That's right.
What was that detective doing on security detail, might I ask? If it was only a concert.
My thoughts exactly. But orders are orders, even when they come from rock gods.
Prosecutor Gavin? Yes, allow me to explain. I smelled something that day. You might say, the stench of conspiracy. That day at the concert hall. Conspiracy?
Stop hitting the wall.
Wasn't obvious. My keys that whole morning. No, the whole day was ruined. And it's all because someone stole my goddamn keys. I couldn't ride my hog to the show. I couldn't open my guitar case.
There he goes again.
Isn't that possible you simply misplaced them? Misplaced them?
Oh god, he heard you.
Misplaced them just don't wander into murder victims' hands on their own.
What's this? Prosecutor Gavin, if your keys were in the victim's hand, that makes you a prime suspect.
Except I was on fucking stage, Your Honor.
Yeah. Doing that.
Love, slow acting, and new. Atroquinine
I think
is waiting for you.
he's singing something.
Is everything with that have to be so over the top? The killing happened in the middle of my concert. I was like a sailor adrift on a sea of sound.
Oh my god.
Anyway, I didn't want anything else stolen. So I put a detective with the most time on their hands on the task.
See, I can accept that.
Well, I can't. What do you mean, time on their hands?
All you do is
Believe
fucking
that's
eat.
enough.
Huh?
The prosecution has a rather convincing case. The only way in and out of the crime scene was watched, making the defendant the only one who could possibly leave the scene. Simple and decisive.
Unless there was a magician.
I believe we've heard enough to determine our verdict. even if I wasn't in a hurry to make a hospital visit.
I'm sure Chief Justice will appreciate the gesture. Unfortunately, we have no direct witnesses. Fortunately, the criminal left decisive evidence for us. That'll have to be enough. It can't be over already.
Very well. Believe this trial is finished.
What?
If the defense has no contradicting evidence.
Prosecutors presented our proof clear and plain. If you have contradicting evidence, it better be clear and plain.
Ah, Apollo, they've got us on the ropes already.
Maybe that.
He tried to write something.
Huh. So, I'm trying to figure out. Because that could say. I want to say this says trooper, but I also think there's a small possibility it could say trapdoor, but maybe not. But it does say troop. That I feel like that says trooper, so.
It says something.
That's on the ropes already.
Trapdoor makes more sense.
Yeah.
You better come up with something quick.
I know. Think what can get us out of this? We need evidence or a witness that can prove Machi is innocent beyond a doubt. Without that,
Mr. Justice, do you have contradicting proof that can overturn the prosecution's case? If you do, you better tell us about it now.
This is it. And so soon. If I mess this one up, it's all over. Girl wants contradicting proof?
That has to be the picture. That's all I can think of.
It could also be calling a witness.
Who?
What's her face? She saw it. Remember, she's a witness.
Oh.
Just in case. Don't mind me just doing some fancy stuff over here. Okay. Because, I mean, we can probably call her through a profile and be like, she saw something, and she's not saying it. And we know because the victim said it before he died. I'm going to call a witness. We're going to try calling a witness. Prosecutor Gavin, you claim there were no witnesses to this crime. Are you absolutely sure? Absolutely. I'd swear it on my career as a prosecutor. And on my million-seller hit song, That.
There he goes again.
That's too bad because there was a witness.
Oh, really now? But how did you come to possess knowledge that the prosecution clearly does not?
Because I am the only one in the world who knows this.
Yep, those were his last words.
What's going on? I just talked to him and now. He's alive. Was just gonna hear me? Cold, so cold. Witness. You're cold? Don't worry, you're gonna be fine. Help's on the way. Okay, see. Hang on, the witness. The witness is.
What? The victim said this before he died?
Perhaps he did, and perhaps he did not. What do you mean by that? All we know is what their forehead says he said. It's no testimony, especially since it comes from the defense attorney himself.
She's like, God damn it.
But it's the truth. He said it. I even told you about it. But apparently you ignored me completely. It's my policy to fully investigate everything I deem relevant. Because this rookie lawyer thinks they can tell me how to do my job.
Oh boy, that's enough. Mr. Justice, we need clear contradictory proof from you. This witness of yours, unknown to the prosecution. Hope you're right. Failure carries a stiff penalty.
Oh, perhaps a stiffer penalty than usually is called for. There's no backing out now.
Jesus, that's almost half.
Well,
Is the name of your witness, Mr. Justice?
Lamiroir!
Lamiroir?
Recall Mr. Latusse's last words. The witness is...
The siren! Aha! He meant the siren!
That's right. The siren of the ballad. Lamiroir. Lamiroir was only on stage for the second set. And she had access to the backstage area. She could have been a witness.
I see. Well, Prosecutor Gavin.
My claim still stands. There was no witness to this crime.
Very well. Let's hear it from the horse's mouth then, shall we? And I'll take a break from Detective Emma Sky's cross-examination. Please show Lamiroir to the witness stand.
Lamiroir would say nothing the night of the murder. Not today, though. Today's we'll drag the story out of her no matter what it is. And she's probably gonna speak in tongues. Because he probably has no idea, also, that It is my distinct honor to welcome the Siren of the Ballad to our courtroom.
You are too kind.
You're breaking your image already. Okay, never mind.
You can speak English?
Yes, I can. Though I am not very good. There is much I do not know.
You speak so well. Have you spent time here before?
Actually, I do not know how I came by my knowledge of your language, nor where I studied it.
Huh? What does she mean she doesn't know? I too thought to call her as a witness, but I did not. I had a reason, of course. What's that? Lamiroir suffers from amnesia.
Amnesia?
The doctor said?
Dang it. Lamiroir is not my true name, yet I remember nothing of the time before I was given it. Nothing of the time before I started singing on stage. Whoa! She's even more mysterious than I thought!
As loud as singing Lamiroir, she lives a good life. There are little difficulties for her thanks to her success. Yet, I do not wish to subject her to unnecessary stress.
I see! I care surprisingly little about people's past.
Jesus.
You have nothing to fear in this court, Lamiroir.
Thank you. Yet, there is something I do not understand. I am being called as a witness? What might I say? No one will tell me anything of what happened.
Lamiroir, let me be frank. I did not want to ask you up here to testify. Yet that young gentleman with the wide forehead over there is adamant that you stand.
Oh my. Congratulations, Apollo. You're the bad guy. Did finger guns at the television. Snap my fingers.
Well, now that you're here, please give us your testimony. If nothing else, the sound of your voice is welcome. Tell us what you saw the night of the crime.
Bring it on. What you saw. What you saw.
Gosh, should I just give her Mia's voice? Because she needs a voice. I don't know.
Let's roll with it.
As for what I saw nothing. That night I was invited to sing on stage and this I did. I did not return backstage after the second set. Then I was led by the police to Mr. Gavin's dressing room and told to wait there. That was where I learned that something had happened, but I wasn't told the details.
Okay.
I must say, you sound wonderful just testifying.
I was too distracted to hear what she was actually saying. There you have it, she saw nothing that night. Now we can only pray that the defense has a sense to admit defeat and refrain from detaining her longer than need be.
Wow, you just got badder, Apollo. Way to go!
Can you not?
Very well, Mr. Justice. Keep it short and sweet.
Lamiroir wouldn't talk to me the night of the crime. She must know something, and I've got to find out what. What you saw? Okay. You got a tick over here? Well, the bracelet's not going anyway, so I don't. Alright, so I'm going to sing on stage. Yes, I did. And now return backstage after the second set. That's I'm going to question you. You did not return backstage once? Where were you then? What were you doing?
I was cleaning up on stage. There are many things I must do for a performance other than simply sing.
And was Machi with you at the time?
Unfortunately, I do not know where he was.
So much for an alibi for Machi.
Jesus.
Really? Police Mr. Gavin's dressing room and told to wait there. With Machi, correct? How was he then?
He seemed as he always does. Though I believe he was shocked by the news of Mr. Letus's death. Yet, he is not the type to show much emotion.
Yes, he's given the police no end of headaches. He answers those questions with silence, and those glinting frames speak nothing. The questioning hasn't gotten very far.
We sat there, waiting. That's because he can't speak a lick of English.
Yeah. And on details. How was the incident explained to you?
I was told nothing in detail, only that Mr. Letus died.
Of course, investigations require some security.
But Mr. Letus was my manager. I wanted to know more. I should have been told. Both Machi and I were beside ourselves with concern.
I will apologize, but please understand. Keeping you in the dark was as painful for me as it was for you.
Yes, I understand.
Think, what doesn't ring true about her testimony?
It's hard to imagine Lamiroir lying.
She might not be lying, but she's hiding something. What wouldn't she tell me on the night of the murder? That's a good question.
Because she seemed fishy then.
That's what you saw? You saw nothing? What do you mean you saw nothing? But you must have seen something. Mr. Lettuce named you.
Mr. Lettuce, how can I tell you what I don't know?
Lamiroir, he said you were a witness with his dying words.
I do not know what he meant to say, but that night...
Yes, agents, I did. Okay. Last thing I can really press. It was a great concert.
You heard me sing? Thank you.
I was hoping to get an autograph later, actually.
Of course.
Mr. Justice, this is a cross-examination. You're out of line. If anyone deserves an autograph here, it's me. One on my gavel would be nice.
Air Judge.
What's this?
That's my autograph for you. It's my autograph. Now keep the straw moving.
What? Oh, my grandchild will be so happy.
Apparently his grandson's a big fan. Let's continue, shall we? If you would, Lamiroir. Tell us what you did after your stellar performance. Alright. What do we have here? Wait.
What?
She didn't go back to the room, but we have her brooch.
Proof that she was there.
Then I return back to that second set. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah!
Gotcha,
Look at
bitch.
that.
I'm sorry, Lamiroir, but I'm having trouble believing you.
Dots.
You remember this brooch? Do you not? Why, that's Lamiroir. She was wearing it for a song. Can I add that to the testimony, Prosecutor Gavin? What? This brooch was found after the murder took place, at the very scene of the crime. What? Lamiroir, how'd your brooch get backstage? You did not go there yourself. And as Prosecutor Gavin has just told us, you had been wearing it during your performance that night.
Whoa.
Oh, goodness.
What is the meaning of this? Lamiroir, please explain.
Lamiroir? Oh my god.
Blah, 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 blah.
She says things is quite difficult. That trick's not going to work here.
Blah, 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 blah.
Your forehead may be large, but you are a lawyer, truly. But you have missed one important fact. What now?
Blah, 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 blah.
In fact, at the time of the incident, I went backstage but only for a moment. What?
Blah, 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 blah.
Think back to the moment of the crime. You know whereof I speak. Is she really saying all that?
What's she talking about, Apollo?
Remember the incident occurred. She's talking about that?
Watch this room for me. I have to call for backup.
Alright, understood. You want me to make sure no one comes in, right? Let's do this. Can you hear me? Go. Wait. You're cold? Don't worry. Okay. Yeah. You're going to be fine. I was on the way. Wait. Siren. I don't know siren anything. Oh yeah. Who's there?
What's wrong?
Yeah, did you see anyone just now?
Huh? No.
I could have sworn I heard a door close.
I looked into the room. Just a glance, mind you.
This is when your brooch dropped? That explains that.
It does. There was no other time I could have dropped it.
I mean, it was on the floor before, I'm pretty sure, but hey, whatever floats your boat. That's ridiculous. You just looking at it for just a second about you dropped your brooch? Your forehead. Huh? She has raised a possibility. The only thing that can counter that is evidence.
So she looked in at the crime scene?
Actually, I intended to go into the dressing room. I knew nothing of what had happened, of course. But the moment I opened the door, I heard a horrible voice.
Your forehead shouting, who's there, no doubt. A horrible voice indeed.
Oh, God.
Ow.
I closed the door immediately. It was a horrible, terrifying experience. I'll have nightmares for the rest of my life.
Ow.
Well, that explains the brooch.
Why?
Let's return to your testimony.
But I loved you. That's too convenient. She's hiding something. Lamiroir, did you look into the room, though, right? You did look in the room, right?
Yes.
Testifies what you saw.
Very well, though it was only to the briefest of glimpses.
Just for a moment. His body was behind a wall. Except it wasn't. And we're gonna push that next time.
Oh, the bracelet's there too.
It is there.
Oh man.
Even though I mean I can present I have the
I know.
diagram,
I'm just saying it's something dramatic's gonna happen.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Well, I mean, as you can see right there, because the door opens the other way towards the outside. So actually, no, that way she would not have been able to see.
She wouldn't have been able to see the body. She could She could see his hand, maybe.
Well, no, because like if she just peeked in, she
wouldn't.
There'd have to be a lot to see that. So actually, well, you know what? We're gonna find out next time.
Yeah, for realsies.
God damn it.